Alright, good day listeners. Today we'll be talking about one interesting topic. I want us to look at some few projects in my previous video. If you are not following my channel before now, I've made some videos with respect to web development, data science, machine learning, image recognition, audio to text, text to audio, and TXT file. We've used various libraries using Python. So today we want to talk about Django framework. Right now, if we check on on Google, you see there are different frameworks. Each programming language has their frameworks. Okay, so Django framework is a Python framework. Django is a Python framework. Django is a high-level web framework for building a web application using Python. Yes, it encourages rapid development and clean pedantic design. It has various key features such as a MTV architecture. MTV is more or less like using a model view controller, which is MVC. Yes, it's separate data model, business logic, and representation. You can use it to separate data model, business logic, and representation. It also supports ORM. ORM is an object relational mapping system to interact with database using Python code instead of using SQL. So Django also supports ORM, object relational mapping. It also supports admin interface. Admin interface is a built-in admin panel for mapping application data. Django also supports that. It also has a security support to provide protection against common web vulnerability like SQL injection and cross-site scripting attack. It also supports scalability in such a way that you can handle high traffic and large amount of data. It is widely used for everything from simple website to complex application. Okay, so when you talk about building a web project, think of Django. Okay, it is also a very sweet framework in terms of building a web application. So today I want us to start with building a first Django project. To do that, I will first and foremost come here, open my CMD. Okay, come here, type CMD, hit enter. It will give you it will bring up this command line interface here. So I want to create a virtual environment. Why do we need virtual environment? Reason because virtual and also packages in terms of different version. So by the time we build more projects in the same directory, okay, if for example, because of the project I'm going to build now, I'm going to create it on my desktop. Okay, you can decide to create it on your C drive anywhere, but I'm creating it on my desktop view. So why we use virtual environment, like I said, to enable manage version control and other factors. Because if I'm using a version, for example a NumPy which is version 3 whatever, and by the time I'm going to build another project and I didn't create a virtual environment, it will have a conflict. Okay, it might likely interact with other project. So creating a virtual environment is like carrying all your project and put it into one in one container. Okay, so that every other code has its own separate container in which it's running. So that is the essence of virtual environment. So I'm going to create virtual environment. Before that, I'm going to say CD desktop to enter into my desktop. Okay, after that I'll now say CD. Then I'll make I'll make a directory and say mk directory, and the directory name I'm going to call it the Django. I'm going to call it the Django. Okay, that's my working directory folder. So if you come here now, you see it's showing the Django. Okay, if I open this folder, you see that there's nothing inside this working directory. As you can see, it is empty. Okay, let's go back to our CMD. I'm going to come here now. Next, one thing I want to do is to come here and ask, okay, pip inst, mine is going to show what it was requirement already was satisfied. So once it's fully installed, then next, most time it take few minutes of seconds depending on the speed of your internet. Okay, so let's have a little patience and allow it to install properly. So once that is done, we are going to move straight by creating what? A virtual environment. Then we'll give it a name. Okay, you can give it any name of your choice, so it depends on any name you prefer to give your virtual environment. So give it any name. Then once you've created a virtual environment, the next thing we're going to do, we are going to what? Install Django. Okay, after we have installed Django, we create a project. Okay, after we create a project, we'll start an app. Okay, we are going to see how we are going to do all these things step by step. I want you to be patient. Please watch this video till the end. Okay, create it successfully, but it's getting delaying. But you can pause the video and continue or forward it. But this is what we must wait and allow it to what? Create successfully. X, good. You see, it has what? Created what? Our virtual environment. You can see it's a requirement already was satisfied. Virtual environment is already what? Exists. So you are seeing it here now. Now, since we have already what? Have this virtual environment, the next thing I want us to do now is to create the virtual environment that we want to what? To work with now. So using that virtual environment, we can now use it to what? Store our what? Project here. It will interface with what? Our project. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come and say vector. The name of virtual environment I want to use is what? The Django env. Okay, yes, I don't think I have this virtual environment existing right now. I don't think I have it. So yes, it's allowed. So let me just hit enter. If I hit enter, virtual environment is not what recognized. Let me see. Okay, sorry, it's supposed to be virtual env. Okay, they will now say the Django env. That's the size supposed to be. Good. So let's allow you to what? Create a virtual environment for us. By the time it starts creating, you will see it on the desktop here. It will automatically what? Display and create a folder here. Okay, good. You can see it has created one here. Look at it. Are you seeing it? Okay, it has what? Created one for us here. So we are going to use it now successfully. What? Once it's done creating this virtual environment, will still be there. Then fine, we are waiting for it to fully create it. Okay, good, fine. It has what? Created the what? The virtual environment for us. If I come here now, open the folder, you see we have library, we have script, we have this file, and also have this one for the configuration. I'm going to close it. Now what I want to do next now is to come here and what? Activate this what? Virtual environment. To activate it, I will now say cd script. I show you a folder that is called script here. Scripts. I'll now hit enter. Script, sorry, cd scripts. Hit enter. Okay, sorry, I have to enter inside the what? Virtual environment. The name is called what? The Django env. Sorry, good. Then I'll now say cd, enter inside the what? The script folder. Okay, now that I've entered inside the script folder, if you open this Django environment, you see that there's what? A folder called what? Script. And inside this script, if you open it, there's also what? A file called what? Activate. With this activate, you can what? Activate your what? Virtual environment. So I'm going to close it. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm now going to come here and say activate. I'll hit enter. You see that it has what? Indexed our what? Location into what? The virtual environment. You see here, if you look at the indexing before, it was saying c-user. Now it has picked what? The virtual environment, which is what? The Django env. Okay, now I'm going to leave this. I'm going to index out of this script, and then say cd -- hit enter. I'm going to index out of the Django environment because we're already there, and as a cd -- hit enter. Now remember the project name we created. The name is what? the Django. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I say cd the Django. We have entered inside the project folder, okay, or directory. Now the next thing I'm going to do here now, I'm going to install Django inside this project folder, and I say pip install the Django. Okay, hit enter. Okay, pip install Django. So let's wait. Let's wait. Allow it to install the Django. Once it's fully installed, you can see it's collecting the file, it's creating the document, it's creating the file for us. So once it's fully installed or creating this Django, so we are going to what use this install Django for what our project. All right. Okay, installing. Still what installing. Let's just wait. Okay, now mind you, by the time we are done installing this Django, we are going to what index into the what this folder that we are what created. Remember, we created a folder which we are already in, so we are going to create what a project file or a project folder. Remember, the Django folder you are seeing is what the project directory. Okay, we have a project directory, project folder, and then we now created a project application folder. Okay, sorry. So these are the 3 folders you'll be seeing by the time we are done. So we'll use all this to what build what our Django application. This is a framework, so you have to follow this procedure. You have to follow the procedure. Just like we are following. Now fine, our Django has what fully what installed. You can look at it, it say successfully what installed. Okay, now how do we know the version of our Django that we are running? I say python -m, okay, Django, okay, we now say --version. Okay, if I hit enter, this should be able to tell us the current version of our what Django is 5.1.1. okay, this is the current version. Okay, now that we have successfully what installed Django, next thing I want us to do here is to come here and say, okay, let's create what our Django project. Okay, by doing that, I'll now say python, or to do that I'll say python -m, and I'll say Django. Okay, then you now say start project. What is the project name? I'll call it the Django project. Short form, I'll say project. Okay, I'll hit enter. Let's wait and allow the project to be created. Once it's fully created, next thing we're going to do is to come by. Fine, it has created the project. If you go to our folder right now, if I come to desktop, okay, this is our Django folder. You see that we have what the Django what project, which is the project which we just created. Now next thing I want us to do here is to create what I will very quickly enter inside the project. I will now say cd the Django project. It has taken me to what the project folder now. Now if I say dir, which is directory, to see all the directory file, it will list all the directory. We have what manage.py, we have byte, we have what this was inside this what Django what project. Now let's create our application. To do that, now say python manage, which is this manage.py we are seeing inside this what. Now say manage.py. okay, I will now come and say start app. Okay, what is the app name? I will call it the Django app. I will just say Django app. Let me just say Django app. I think this will be fine. The Django app. I think let's go by this name. Okay, let's create the app. Now we are creating app. Fine, we are successfully what create app. If I open this project now, you see what the Django what app inside this what folder. Okay, now that we have done that, you can decide to install some other thing, but to launch this application, what I'm going to do here is to come and say Python manage.py run server. Okay, let's run the server and see how, if we have successfully what build a first Django project. If there is no error, we are good to go. You have it and apply migration. Fine, we are going to apply that later. So if I come here now, it has generated what a starting development server at http://127.0.0-1:8000. Okay, so I'm going to come here, open a new tab. All right, open a new tab, then type where 127, then dash 0-0-0 this. Okay, now let's see. Congratulations, so this installation was successful. Congratulations, and you are running Django 5.1. You see, this is how to create a Django project. And if you open if I want to see the file that I've created, I'm going to open my PyCharm. Okay, I'm using PyCharm right now. I'm going to open PyCharm, go to file. Let's open a new file, a new project which I just created. Go to open. Okay, let's wait and allow the system to load. Good. Now we are going to go to our desktop. Let's go to desktop, which is the project I just created. It's called Django. Okay, all right, the project name, we call it Django, right? So let's locate it here. Let's locate the Django, which is the project name. The Django, we have this one here. All right, look at it here. We have it here. I'm going to open this Django file. Hit here. Okay, I want to open it inside the same this new window. Let's wait. It will launch and open it for us. All right. Now, right now we are inside our PyCharm IDE. Okay. Now that we are bring our project inside this PyCharm, I'm going to open the Django app. Okay. We have one here, which is the model. We have the app.py, we have the model.py, we have the model.py, we have test.py, we have .py. Okay, create. If I don't want to index it to be coming into this default page, okay, what I will do, I'm going to do one application for us very quickly. Now I'm going to come back here. Okay, come back inside my app. Okay. All right, so I'm going to create one file. I'm going to call it index.html. all right, come here, create an HTML file, call it index. Okay, let's say I'm creating it inside, let me say, yes, let me create it here inside the project as an index.html. Okay, now this file is going to create an HTML for us. Once you create an HTML file for us, very quickly go to your application. Okay, go to your project name, go to setting. All right, now if you go to app, the name of our app is called the Django app. I'm going to copy this name. Okay, go to setting. All right, scroll down, you see where they call install app. You are going to put the name of your app here. If not, Django will not recognize it. I say double quotation. All right, then put the name here, app. Okay, good. So put semicolon, comma here, save it. Now once we've done that, next thing I want us to do here, I think every other thing is fine. Then I will come to my URL inside the same what Django project. Open your URL. Okay, create a new part here, and I say parts. Okay, call this part. I will now give it any name. I'll just give it that name like that. So I'm going to call it, I'll now say include. What we are including here, we are going to include this .urs. Okay, then here I'm going to import what include after part, and I say include. Okay, now why I did not put any URL parts here is because I want us so that anytime you visit the browser or launch the application without putting any slash to index it, it will give you what the exact what page that we have just created, which is what the index.html. So going back to the application, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to save it, put comma here, save it. All right, then I'm going to go back to where we have come back here. Now if you look at my application, you can see that there are some error that is showing. Remember I told you we are going to solve this. To solve this error issue, this is as a result of the interpreter or because of two application Python version we are using. So I'm going to say Control Alternate X. Okay, if you don't want to use shortcut, you can as well go to File, locate Setting. It will pop up what the setting window for us where we have to do the setting. So what I want to do now, once this window is open, go to what where you have what project. This is a project. Click here, Python interpreter. Okay, now if you look at it, you'll find out that it's a Python packaging tools not found. Okay, how do we solve this problem? To do this, you click on this add interpreter, click on add local interpreter, then very quickly it will open this virtual environment for us here. All right, now because we want to use a system interpreter, I would have said let's maintain with existing one. I will come up here. Okay, go up here, look for what app data. From app data, locate program. From program you see Python. Okay, this is the Python we are using. Yeah, I'll select the extension. Okay, once I do that, I will now say okay, let's wait. It's loading. Now it has what imported Django. Look at all the libraries that what during the installation was installed alongside with it. I will now say click apply. Once I click apply, I will now say okay. All right, now with this we are good to go. Okay, now you see that all those error was red color as underline as what left. Now we are going back to our index.html. Now let's create our first app. I will just say create an h1 tag, and I'll say welcome to my web page. All right, okay, I'm going to save it like this. Okay, now that I have this, then remember inside my Django app I have to create. Remember when I was creating included this part here. All right, so we've been able to import and add it to our Django URL. We have included imported the includes. So what did this include does? It will be able to include all the URL inside this our app folder. Okay, so that is why when we say Django, which is the name of the app, .urs, so all the URL inside this Django folder, you'll be able to what include it. So now because in our Django project we created what, we included this app and we did not index it like we did here, which is the admin. Okay, I will show you how to enter admin. I must put /admin. If not, I cannot go into the admin page. But I don't want us to have a slash or alias name to this our app. We want it to be in such a way that when you visit the site, without putting slash, it will pick the app. Okay, remember we have created what? An index.html file. Okay, so going back to our app URL, when I say okay, the same thing here, we don't have to add any alias here. When I say view.index, okay, the name will call it what? Index. I'm going to save it here. Go back to our view. Okay, go back to our view. So you see that I defined a function called index. Okay, and I say request. I say render, return, and render this request and get the name, which is what? Index.html. All right. If I save this code here, let's see if our Django is still running. Good, it's running. Now I'm going to go to our browser, okay, and refresh and see how it looks. Okay, you see template not found. Okay, all right. Now in most cases, when you see this kind of error, it's not a big deal. What we're going to do here, I'm going to come to my project here. All right, come to my project, go here, create a new directory, call it a template, TMPLATE, templates. Okay, remove, call it this way. All right, so if you go here now, that we have created a template here in our setting. Okay, here you see that there is no template specified. So this directory we can just paste here. Now say os.path join this base directory with the name called what? Template, which we have here as our folder. Okay, now this os is flagging error, reason because we have not imported it. I will now come here and I say import os. All right, which is operating system. Then I'm going to save this folder. Now what I'm going to do here now, I will come back here. Okay, inside this setting that we have here, I'm going to come to index. Okay, I'm going to carry this index and put it inside my template. Yes, I'm going to put it inside my template. Yes, go on. All right, good. Now if you come to my template here now, you see that we have what? Index here. All right, we now have what? Index here. Reason because we have already what? Forward it into this our index folder, and inside our setting we have as well what? Added it here into what? Our setting. Okay, so I'm going to save it, check if our Django is still running. If it's running, now remember our index.html, what we created, if this error will go. Good. You see, welcome to my what? Web page. You see, this is how we can what? Call and build our what? First application. If I want to change it again, I will go back to my what? Index.html, and I say welcome to my web page. I will create one AP tag here. Okay, and I say feel free to contact us anytime from now for more updates. Okay, so this is how far we can go in this first project we have created using a Django. Now if I refresh this page, you see that what we just added as what show here. So this is how to create what? Your Django what? Project. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I remain Ojosado Innovation. Feel free to check my YouTube channel, Ojosado Innovation. Don't forget to like this video if it interests you. Don't forget to share this video, and feel free to comment on the comment section if you have any question. Remain blessed and stay tuned. See you again.